Hello everybody. So we have created lots of 2D maps in Godot. Some of it were procedurally generated, some of it were handcrafted. But one thing to note is all of those maps were static maps. Now, as you can see here, we have some animated flowers and we also have an animated coast and also some fish in the water which is moving around. So basically, the tiles that we have used in this map are animated tiles. So there is some animation directly in the world itself. So in today's video, we will see how we can do this in Godot. Now, I will of course not be drawing all of this. I have already drawn this before. I will link it in the description for you to use. And let's see how we can create such amazing maps in Godot. So let me start by showing you the assets that we will be using to create our amazing immersive map. And these are our trees. So we have four kinds of trees. And then we have our coast. So we have a sand and then a transition from sand to water. And this is the animation of our coast. And as we move into the water, we will also be having some sort of an animation in our water. And the extra tiles will be showing that. And lastly, we have our flowers. So this is our flower. We have two kinds of flowers. And also we have our fish. So this is what we will be using. And I have already imported all of this in Godot. So I have our character right now, and let me create a new scene. And in the scene, I will let me first use a regular Node 3D, not Node 3D. We need to use a Node 2D. So let me just create once again, my bad. So we will use a tile map layer. So this will be our background. And because we are using trees and flowers, we will be needing another tile map layer. So this is more like our foreground. Now in our Node 2D, we will now link our player directly. So we have our player here and let's also add a camera. So right now, if I start the scene, we have to save the scene, of course. Let me just name it animated map. Save it in our scenes. And if I run right now, we will have a small character in the middle of the screen. And it looks like the character is not moving, but our character is actually moving. Only thing is, we are not able to distinguish where our character is because the whole background is dark. So in our background, I will start by adding a tile set and we'll click on the tile set and we have to import our tiles. So we have our coast 4. Let me just put it here. And now the Atlas texture was modified. Would you like to automatically create tiles in the Atlas? So generally we click on yes to automatically assign the tiles, but in this case we will click on no. Why I will show you soon. And what I have to do is I have to select the tiles manually. So I will select these 5 tiles. Now we have some extra tiles, but we will not be selecting these because these are not independent tiles. So these 3 tiles are basically animation of our tile, which is already selected. So we don't need to select these tiles. So these 5. And then what we need to do is we will click on select and we will click on this one. And there is something called animation. And in the animation, I will add 4 for 4 columns. And below there is frames and I will add element and I will add 4 elements. So now the remaining 3 tiles will be behaving like they are part of the first tile. So similarly, I will select this one and I will go to animation columns 2 and add element. Again, I will come here, columns 2, add element. Yeah. So our tiles are selected. Now let me try to draw the map and let's see what do we get. So where is our character? We don't see our character yet. So she's here and we have our background. So let me click on the rectangle and let me create a wide beach, something like this. Then we will select this And this should be only one line because two lines will look weird. Something like this. We don't want this. And then comes the interesting part. So we have to use the animated tiles. And when we do this, something interesting will happen. As you can see, we have not yet started the game and it is already showing the animation in the map. Then this is also an animated tile, and if we add this, as you can see, we already have the animation effect. So very simple. This is how we can add animations. And now let's add the deep water. We also have to add fish. So let's add the deep water. And as you can see, the water is also moving. Now let's come to our foreground. And in our foreground, once again, I will click on new tile set. In our tile set, I will add the flower. So I will add the flower 4. Again, this will be no for now. And let me also add the trees. The trees are very straightforward. And here we can say yes, but they did a problem. And the problem is the trees should not be selected like this. So again, I have to do it myself. So let me also just delete these things here. So this is one tree. And it was wise enough to remove those squares, but I think we can keep it. So these are our trees. This is the last one. And let's try to add the trees. So in our tile map, I think we will need some grass to add the trees, but I think I don't have grass right now. So let's just add it here. So, so trees will look like this. This tree looks odd in the beach, but yeah. But the mangroves will look fine, I suppose. So will look like this. Hmm. This tree, I think it doesn't suit here. Let me also remove these trees. So yeah, let me add few more mangrove, maybe at a smaller density here and there. Now comes the very interesting part, and that is our flowers. So in our flowers, we didn't set anything. So I will set up. So this is one tile, this is another tile, and this is another tile. Now I will click on select. I will select this one. We'll go to animation columns 2 and we'll add element. It will automatically take the next one. Here again, columns 2. If I do an add element, it will automatically take. Here we'll do columns 3 and add and add. One more thing is you can see there is something called duration. So what we can do is, for example, here you can see in our background, the coast has 4 animations, whereas the tile next to the coast has 2 animations. So we can slow it down if we want. So we can click on this one. So this one, as you can see, the duration is 1 second. Now, so for all the 4 frames, the duration is 1 second. So here, let me just do it 2 second and it 2 second. Now you will see the difference. You can see, right? This frame is coming after 2 seconds. So I think for the regular water, this is fine. But for the coast, I mean, it is up to you how you want to do it. Now, in the foreground, let me add some flowers and fishes. So where do we want to add flowers? So let me take the flower and let me add some flowers here. Here, maybe some here. And also the other kind of flowers. Maybe some here also. And lastly, we have our fish. So let's take our fish and let's add here. And as you can see, the fish will also be animating. And now if we run our scene once again, and it looks very small, and this is because of the camera. So what we will do is the camera zoom is already 1. So what I think is it is part of the project settings. So here there is a window and the scale is 0.5. So let's not beat our head. Let's just zoom in the camera like this. Instead of point 0.1, let's do it 0.25. Okay, I think we are doing in the opposite. So it should be like this. Now, as you can see, the camera is much smaller. And this is our scene. Now, there is no collision or anything, but we have already, we have made many collisions. So you already know how to do that. And we can also create an outbounds or whatever. So this tutorial was mainly to show that how we can create like immersive environment. And we of course need to do much more better drawing. But yeah, so I believe this is a good starting point, and I will see you soon with another very interesting video. So see ya.